A very good evening, viewer. You're most welcome to the NILE CAST on West Nile Television, where we give you the daily news bulletins of the day, every day from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. My name remains Ukumaringa Christine. Before we dive into any of the stories, let's first have a look at the news-making headlines today. In the headlines tonight, Arua City commemorates the 43rd Tarehe Sita anniversary. Zombo locals urged to use appropriate language in demanding for service delivery. And the high number of students reporting to schools without school fees in Kitgum district. This and more in the NILE CAST News Bulletin. It's the 7th of February 2024. You're most welcome to the NILE CAST on West Nile Television. Now let us dive into some of the stories of the evening. The civilian fraternity in West Nile region, comprising of politicians, business people, clergies, Congolese, Nubians and Indian community in the region, on Tuesday the 6th of February 2024, joined the UPDF Police, Prison Service, RDCs, DSOs and other security organs in the country in commemorating the 43rd Tarehe Sita anniversary. Take a look.
The Uganda People's Defense Forces Day, commonly known as Tarehe Sita anniversary, is a day when General Eli Tumwini shot the first bullet at Kabamba Barracks on 6 February 1981 in a guerrilla war formed and commanded by His Excellency General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. The event, which happened in Arua City, attracted a number of dignitaries, including politicians and other nationals like Congolese, Nubians, Indian communities, among others. The Central Division Arua City Council Deputy Speaker Honorable Victor Lomori Vidal thanked the NRA Historical for liberating the country, which has given birth for young people to come into leadership positions in Uganda.
Whatever you did on this day gave birth to young leaders like us. Because right now when you go to councils, almost 99% of our council is NRM. And you know it's not easy. I can give an example. You go to Kampala, councillors yote NUP, mayor yote NUP, Arua City councillors yote NRM. Mchapa mkoneke, you clap. It's not easy.
Honorable Alfred Okuonji, the LC5 chairperson for Arua District, said the insecurity at play is now hatred among themselves on small ethical and clanism differences. He urged the men and women in uniform to be on the watch, as some people are already plotting extremism in politics by arresting opponents as the year for the general election 2026 nears.
You've done your part. The uniformed forces, you've done your part. As district chairman, I want to say, we want to thank you for the peace and tranquility that you have promoted in this country and also the region. I want to call upon you. The insecurity we have now are in these forms. One, we hate ourselves. There's no love amongst ourselves. There's sectarianism. Even when politics are coming, some of us are busy planning and scheming to arrest some of us.
Lieutenant Colonel Nathan Bainomugisha, the 409 Brigade Commander, says there is need to celebrate people in West Nile for their sacrifices and support in fighting other guerrilla outfits which emerged like the West Nile Bank Front 1 and 2, Bamuza Group, LRA Groups, ADF, among others.
There is a need to celebrate the heroic contribution of people's West Nile in consolidating the gains of revolutionary struggle, especially the sacrifices and the support people gave during the fight against the counter-revolutionary forces such as Juma Ors, West Nile Bank Front 1 and 2, Bamuze Group, Rhodes Resistance Army, now ADF based in Eastern DRC, Congo. Asante sana for your support.
The chief guest for the celebration, Charles Ishogor, the RCC for Arua City, applauded the people of West Nile for their tireless effort and appealed for them to use their security and stability in Uganda to embrace government programs like PDM for socio-economic transformations, and also rallied them to use the peace to promote Pan-Africanism.
The first time in the history of East Africa, for the first time in the history of Africa, in Uganda, money under PDM was challenged from the center up to the parish. The parishes were used as an epicenter for socio-economic development. And I would like to assure you listening here, PDM is here to stay. Every financial year, government is going to release 100 million to the parishes or to the world. We must prepare ourselves to say bye-bye to poverty.
Tarehe Sita is a Kiswahili word meaning 6 days, and it is celebrated every year on the 6th of Feb to mark the liberation of Uganda under the NRA. Peace Ushaki, Osuta Yusuf, West Nile TV, Nile Cast.
And more in our stories this evening. The State Minister for Northern Uganda, Honorable Chin Grace Freedom, appealed to the locals to always use appropriate language in demanding for service delivery. She made this remark during the 43rd Tarehe Sita celebration and NRM Day anniversary celebration for Zombo District at Zeo Playground in Zero Sub-County Zombo District on Tuesday the 6th of February 2024. Take a look.
The minister made this remark during the Tarehe Sita celebration for Zombo District at Zeo Playground in Zeo Sub-County Zombo District on Tuesday. The minister revealed that she always follows communication online and on media, where locals in most cases use abusive language against leaders while demanding for service delivery, which is inappropriate. She urged the community to use a right procedure to demand for service delivery.
This is one of the reasons I came. First, I thought it was only NRM Victory Day. But when later on I learned that it was combined together with Tarehe Sita, and you needed me to be here, I left Kampala. I said, let me come and celebrate this day with my people. And this confirms what the LC1 was saying. Nia kaju oruwa washidu chalu juwangdano umakwabuwa duoglebe nidano. So when I saw those 2 days are all being celebrated today, I thought this is one of the days I can come back and give feedback to the people of Zombo District. That's a very, very important observation from the LC1, that leaders must always give feedback. And this is one of the days we can give feedback to the people. There are very few days unless you create it yourself. It may not be very easy, but today is that day that you can hear the voice of government giving information to the people.
The RDC of Zombo District, retired Lieutenant Colonel Pius Alitema, commended the minister and all other invited guests for gracing and giving more support for the function. He said the district is progressing well in implementing government programs like PDM, Emyoga, among others.
Again, the president emphasized the growth of the cash crops, and then the food crops which are around, and projects like FEBUARY, poultry or rearing chicken at home, and then green vegetables around the home. So we can have coffee and bananas and tea for cash crops. So out of this 4-acre model. So you don't only choose coffee and banana and you stop there. You can subdivide that into 4 acres, and 1 is for zero grazing. Ensure you can have piggery in your home. So if you can have 2 or 3 to begin with, that would be a good idea. And then 10 to 20 chicken at home, a few goats. All those should be in a home. So what he's talking about, the 4-acre model, is an example of what a family should have as a way of sustaining money or economy into their lives.
Tom Joram, NRM chairperson Zombo District, commended the government for all developmental projects in the district and appealed for upgrade of Zeu sub-county to a town council.
Asielo kitabayero kumaikana ngebeshinino waponi la legu iringo kale leg mongo makokuwa present semen mabere tien kainero ngom nyetweni zoi ngwango lwingetie afande wa 40 muteka timu oru mukadario ade lwinge ai kisasa pitumpaka ipole kasta mwama emisi nungano wango ya government mwapa Museveni utika kuwako Uganda mabe kana dugi tenge ba koloka ana biru ja koloka machon mo be wutu matuangon cheke biru marisho mishapo paida o wutu mo kuninda dika mwena washiti kampala enta foyo mungu kawoni ne ya koloka mawia makoni gitimo angoma kifoyo mseme chibiri nda shell iwilu pin nda shell ido kuri iwosaka ido futi baje peri awia dingi mo kame ai so ma ko foi Museveni ba eni president manga ma piti mo ne makumeni upe karanya noble do ngame da foi ka mene mo pa Museveni ipi ma pay ma Museveni te katingo kawandu gitinga ba manong na mo Museveni ka pa kuitaro emioga binu e wati kuligiwa ange ongo kono ngama jutu ya PDM binu meni ka wondo mani PDM wabe mako mabe kere kena kwani akajumu make wati yukune mabe ka wati yukune mabe konywa.
The theme for this year's national celebration that took place in FEBUARY district is building a country we all cherish. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, Nile Cast.
And more in our stories this evening. Kitgum District had a better turn-up of students on the first day of the first term 2024 school calendar, but according to the teachers, most of the parents are sending their children without school fees or school requirements, as many parents are requesting the schools to give them more time. In the last primary living examination results, which was released in January 2024, Kitgum was run by the Uganda National Examination Board as the best district from the Acholi sub-region. Stephen Okello reports.
As many schools, especially those in the rural area, registered low turn-up for school on the first day of the 2024 school calendar, majority of schools in Kitgum municipality have registered high number of pupils and students.
And I want to call upon other parents to send their children back to school. You see, when a child comes to school, reports on the first day and gets prepared, adds value to how that child will perform. So I am going to take time and also have a meeting with the teachers.
Just like in most of the schools from Kitgum municipality, in Jilio Pastore Nursery and Primary School, out of 435 pupils who have registered for the first term of 2024, 315 reported on the first day of the school.
The first day is the first step up. You cannot start moving from somewhere. You start with one step. If you miss the first day, you have missed it all. So I encourage parents to always plan properly so that the first day of reporting, every child should be in school.
Moses Nyero responded to some parents who were complaining over the rising number of school requirements levied on them by private school.
Important that our parents should really also understand the new life that we are undergoing. Currently in Horizon in particular, the most expensive requirement that our parents are submitting is the 2 kilograms of sugar. And that, I think that costs at most 10,000. They're also submitting rice, which is meant for children to eat. I would request that our parents should really learn to cooperate.
Uchien Matthew Akia, one of the parents, urges fellow parents to always invest their resource and time in the education of their children. According to Akia, many parents in a Acholi sub-region do not prioritize education of their children.
Is that education is expensive in terms of understanding and roles of parents. In most cases, parents in rural schools would want their children educated, but unfortunately they don't want to invest in education. They don't want to play their roles in education. They don't want to meet the needs, the educational needs of their children. They don't even follow up their children at school. They don't provide what is required for the children. And at the end of the day, when children don't perform well, they blame the teachers, they blame the school management, they blame PTA, when they have not played their role.
Mary Sujan Lalweng, the municipal inspector of school, Kitgum Municipality, says the good working relationship between education department and other stakeholders was the major factor that led to the good turn-up of children in school on the first day.
We want to start today, moving to schools to see that our teachers begin their teaching today, the children begin learning today, so that as we end the year, we should perform more than what we have scored in 2023.
Kitgum District was ranked the best in Acholi sub-region by the Uganda National Examination Board in the last yearly result that have just been released. And the good turn-up of learners on the first day of the school calendar in 2024 are attributed to this joint effort. Stephen Okello for West Nile Television, NILE CAST.
And more in our stories this evening, the State Minister for Northern Uganda, Honorable Kuyuchin Grace Freedom, has directed the parish development model managers in Zombo District to immediately disperse the funds to the selected beneficiaries, as this has left some locals in a speculative mode to benefit from the parish development model government funds. Take a look.
The minister issued this directive on Tuesday afternoon during a belated NRM Day celebration for Zombo District held at Alengo Village, Zeu Sub-County, Zombo District. The minister was silently informed by one of the PDM beneficiaries that Zombo District has disbursed only 4 billion shillings out of the total of 6 billion shillings the district has received. Upon this report, that the minister wondered why the district has failed to fully disburse the funds. According to Kuyuchin, the district failure to disburse the money to the beneficiaries will demand for an inquiry into this matter.
Because by this time, they should have disbursed only 6.1 billion to the beneficiaries. But as of now, they have only disbursed 4 billion. 4.1. So, going to come to the count, they should disburse this money as soon as possible. Because most of the other districts have already disbursed their money, and the people are using it for households, empowerment, and economic transformation. So I think that is the biggest thing I'm going to do. And we are soon going to be in getting the one for financial year, this financial year. So it means work in Zombo is going slow. Data collection is going slow. If there is any challenge with the data collection, they should let us know so that we can make some support, give them some support to do it faster.
However, Edward Echo, Deputy Chief Administrative Officer Zombo District, said there is interference and instigation from politicians, and some beneficiaries have not submitted their national identification numbers, which makes it hard for the district to disburse the funds fully.
So, this is what is today.
entry so that this money goes to the right beneficiary. So apparently we have captured and this is the PDM. Now money goes directly
As per the PDM guidelines, beneficiaries were meant to select enterprises that they deemed lucrative and less labor intensive to be able to generate returns to enable them to pay back the money. The Parish Development Model PDM is a government program meant to uplift 39% of households from a subsistence economy to a money economy through the distribution of a revolving startup capital or loan of 1 million shillings to each of households across the country. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, Nile Cast.
And with that, viewer, that marks the end of the Nile Cast on your West Nile Television. Thank you always, viewers, for taking the time to be with us from the beginning of the Nile Cast to the end of the Nile Cast on your West Nile Television. Please stay tuned to the rest of the subsequent programs that may follow. My name remains Okumaringa Christine. Have a good evening.